nobody was ready for women on radio.
As I understand how this thing works, the object is to make all of these meters go as far to the right as possible.
Hold your ears, folks. It's showtime.
I got a great night planned, and as soon as I get the show out of the way, we'll be all set.
Yeah. She the hottest new thing on the radio. Independent queen and she making dough. Hottest interviews with your favorite. If you know it's banging in the streets, then she played it. Cause we in the mix, in the mix. Cause we in the mix with Shoom. Cause we in the mix, in the mix. It's our time now, make room.
Yes, in the mix with Shoom, episode number 13. We have made it. So big things are going on this episode. I mean, big things are always going on over here, but I don't know if you heard about my girl Rapsody. She's a part of Ninth Wonder's camp, Jamla Records. A few episodes back, I said I was going to speak her into existence on the show, and I did. Our last 2 episodes have been headlined by women, so I figured we kind of just, keep that momentum going. Always got to shout out the ladies. Often we are so underrepresented, but essentially we have all the power. Just a little reminder, guys. As always, we have 4 dope tracks lined up, either original works or requests submitted by our lovely listeners. And if you want to submit something, don't be lazy, don't be shy. In the mix at loudspeakersnetwork.com. Make sure you include your bio. Of course, we have Barbershop Talk with Reginald Thomas. I have an original sample. Gonna switch it up a little bit this time. Don't worry, we'll get to everyone in due time. Our first track is an R&B joint out of Huntsville, Alabama. Our first time having Alabama on the show, so a big shout out to Alabama. R&B hip hop songwriter, artist. Her name is J Love. She's hitting stages all over the South right now. You could check out her music, Reverb Nation /JAILOVE. This is her newest single titled Love on In the Mix with Shoom.
My heart has been broken, yet it's been broken up. Several times I tried to find love, but didn't get any love. I'm at war with my past, it can get really rough. Riding this emotional path and getting stuck, but I'm hoping love ain't forgot me. If it have, I'm better off a mistake. Please remember me. I wanna know what love feels like. I'm really needing it in my life. Why I say
J Love with Love. Congratulations to her for winning the Road to Success contest in Atlanta, Georgia, and receiving a development deal with Urban Vision Entertainment. She was also nominated for Female R&B Artist of the Year. Love_always_JAI on Twitter, on SoundCloud. Shout out to Alabama, the native land of Gucci, Bo D, rest in peace, Rich Boy, Yellow Wolf. Lionel Richie and his band, the Commodores, were actually formed in Alabama there. And Alabama has also had its fair share of American Idol contestants, including Ruben Studdard, 4th season runner-up Bo Bice, and 5th season winner Taylor Hicks. So big shout to Alabama. Subscribe to In the Mix on iTunes. The link is in the description, along with all the info to all the artists that will be dealing with this episode. In the Mix at loudspeakersnetwork.com for interview inquiries. If you want to submit a track, suggest an original sample, you can hit me up there as well. Shout out to Samus and Love Dollhouse from our last 2 episodes. If you have not heard those already, please check them out. Lots of gems, knowledge and music wise. Keep it coming, ladies. I love it. Excuse me. Our next artist also happens to have a vagina. I mean, since we're just doing it big for the ladies. She's a Nigerian pop EDM singer and model based in Los Angeles, and she goes by the name Demi Grace. She wants to use her voice to tell stories of passion, overcoming the battle of falling in love with the beautiful chocolate skin that she's in. And she also wants to share her love for the art of music. This track in particular is a little mixture of pop, a little bit of dancehall, a little bit of EDM, a sound which has really crossed over. I even heard the other day that Waka Flocka dropped an EDM mixtape. I'm hoping it was a rumor, but you never know these days. In 2010, the acronym EDM was officially adopted by the music industry as a buzzword to describe the increasingly commercial U.S. electronic dance music scene. EDM has been evolving for over the past 30 years, and just like any other genre that you would come across, it has its own set of subgenres like house, dance, techno, trance, UK garage, drum and bass, dubstep, progressive, electro, hardcore, and they're all defined and classified by their beat per minute, rhythm, instrumentation, and even the time period. So, it's a lot of options there for you to pick your poison. So let's jump into Demi's track. It's from her new EP, I Am Fearless. When we come back, I have some shout outs, but right now, I just want y'all to embrace your inner EDM with Fire It Up by my girl Demi Grace on In the Mix.
You stir my peace with your purposeful replacement, purposely engaging me. I can see your rugged, gentle placement. You set up the fire in me. I can see clearly. Look at all the ways you found a way to get to me. I can see clearly. Look at all the flames, yeah. You set up the fire in me. Set up the fire in me. I'll let you set me free. If you set up that fire in me, you light my fire, baby. Set up the fire in me. I'll let you set me free. If you set up that fire in me, you light my fire, baby. You stir my peace when you put me in a daze. I told you not to play with me. I can see you turning up the flames, yeah. You set up the fire in me. I can see clearly. Look at all the ways you found a way to get to me. I can see clearly. Look at all the flames, yeah. You set up the fire in me. Set up the fire in me. I'll let you set me free. If you set up that fire in me, you light my fire, baby. Fire up, fire up, fire up, fire. 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 you came to please. You're so free, free like any other day when nothing's ever blamed on me. When you move, you're so perfectly amazing. Set up the fire in me. Set up the fire in me, and I'll let you set me free. If you set up that fire in me, you light my fire, baby.
Demi Grace, she done fired up the whole studio. Now I need an extinguisher, a bucket of water, something. She just dropped 6 songs on her EP, I Am Fearless. Go find that, soundcloud.com/DemiGraceMusic, DemiGrace. I also posted her new video on my blog site, ShoomIsaacs.com. In the video, she honors the girls that were kidnapped in Nigeria. At I Am Demi Grace on Twitter and Instagram. Go follow her. Go see how a real Nigerian goddess does it. Know what I mean? Alright, I think Demi kind of took us out of our usual zone with that last track, but it's alright. I think I have a good transition to level the air out a little bit again before we hit our last song and then conjure up Miss Rhapsody. Like I mentioned a little earlier, I have some shout outs. A big shout out to all the listeners tuning in right now. Everyone who participates, hits me up about their music, questions, who throws me ideas. I love it and I appreciate all the interaction. Mike Mitchell, Okima, Wild Palazzo, Female Music on Twitter. They post my things all the time. Sky Gabe, David Noodles, Fat Boy Radio, the Loudspeakers Network. Just shout out to everyone. I can't mention everybody's name because we'll literally be here for like 3 whole episodes. But just the sense of community that's starting to become apparent, it's amazing and I love it. So thank you everyone. Alright, no more sappy Shoom. Our next track is from an artist that goes by the name truthCity. He's a 90s baby from Newport News, Virginia, inspired by talents like Jay-Z, Nas, Coldplay, Basquiat, and Andy Warhol. Truth, he said he's always dreamed about becoming an entertainer, and a few years ago he actually packed up his things and dropped out of college. He moved to New York City to pursue his music career and has since earned a publishing deal for his writing abilities. He recorded over 50 songs. He's opened for Fabulous and has performed at numerous venues here in NYC like SOBs and Webster Hall. Critics are saying that he is the future of the new school. So let's see what he's talking about. Off his project Jetpacks and Chucks, here's truthCity with Be There.
Close the door, say no more, let's get the kissing. Shit you mentioned way before, all that shit is non-existent. We've been through this shit before. Rumors of different women, fuck your friends, girl, just ignore them, girl, cause they in no positions to speak on us. Girl, I'm yours, what we got is something different, I got us. Don't let the gossip make you question my commitment. They like us, shit is minor, they criticize us every chance. They don't like us, what we got, they will never understand. They will never understand. Say I'm safe and trying to get in your pants. My advice, don't trust a woman, girl, who can't keep a man. And when they say you lie, why you with them? Man, tell that fucker hold him out of business. Hey, and the girl when you need me, you know that I'm yours, so don't buy into the last. Just sing and believe me when I tell you that I'm here for you. And I would never, ever, ever leave your side. I just wanna be there for you. Hey, I just wanna be there for you. Hey, I just wanna be there for you. Hey, I just wanna be there. Hey, I just wanna be there. Hey, I just wanna be. Just tell me what's wrong, maybe I can make it right. I wish we can get along, my girl, all we do is fight. Girl, just tell me what you want, maybe I can make it better. Rumors don't mean nothing, maybe long as we together. Hold up, girl, you my nigga, my all, girl, that's all I can give you is my phone. You can call them other bitches, tell them fall back on with your ad flaws. I admit it, wear my heart on my sleeve. Used to flee from commitment and you can barely tell I'm kinda stuck in my ways. Just need a woman to prevent me with a reason to change. No more games, try to run around chasing these hoes. I give that up for a chance to be yours. Hey, and the girl when you need me, you know that I'm yours, so don't buy into the last. Just sing and believe me when I tell you that I'm here for you. And I would never, ever, ever leave your side. I just wanna be there for you. Hey, I just wanna be there for you. Hey, I just wanna be there for you. Hey, I just wanna be there. Hey, I just wanna be there. Hey, I just wanna be.
Virginia's own truthCity, be there at Mr. TRUTHCITY on Twitter, on Insta. And guys, I almost feel like really embarrassed to say this, but I cannot figure out the original sample for this song. Like, I hear it in my head, it's like I know it, but it's at the tip of my tongue. It's like my brain can't access the memory. And I'm up here like getting mad frustrated and about to give myself a heart attack because I can't figure it out. So what I'm gonna do is this. The first person to tweet me the correct original sample for truthCity's Be There, I have something for you. It's not a virtual gift. It's gonna be something tangible, something I'm probably gonna have to mail to you. It could be a t-shirt, it could be a copy of my mixtape, it could be a gift card. I'm not telling you what it is. Just know that you gotta be in it to win it. @_SHOOM. If you gotta run the song back, run it back. I'll be watching out for the tweets. May the best tweeter win. I'm so corny. Anyway, it's almost time to put Miss Rapsody on the line. She just came off of a 10-city European tour a few weeks ago. We're going to get into why she doesn't like to be considered a female MC. We're going to break down her name. We're going to talk about Ninth. In one of her tracks, she said that she mentioned that her grandfather was a Mason. So I want to know like what type of things he hipped her to. So let's get into our last track so we can finally get down to business. I've been itching all episode to play this one track right here, but I saved it last for a reason. No disrespect to the other songs that we listened to and enjoyed already, but this one was my favorite of the bunch. It was submitted by my Twitter family, Mr. Leslie D. Owens. The artist himself is Mike Strong, Virginia Beach raised, Ohio born rapper. He just put out his first album, Lord Still Willin', and I really enjoyed it, honestly. 12 tracks, he switched up the sounds with local production from Dante Lewis, Fake Zuumi, Gabe Niles, and more. The project is influenced by the Clips 2002 album Lord Willin', and you know the Clips is from Virginia too, so that's like a really big album for them. Mike is coming from a pretty rough area in Virginia called Green Run, and in his music he paints a pretty vivid picture of what you would witness for yourself if you were down there. When we return, we'll have North Carolina all up in our ears with Miss Rapsody, so just adjust your headphones accordingly. At Mike Strong 00, SoundCloud, Twitter, Lord Still Willin', download that. The name of this track is The Separation, but don't worry, we'll be right back in the mix.
Either partake or be a target. Dirty leaders, we concocted, got me in and out my conscience. Blunt Harper, where my violin, I rule with a 9 fist like Carmelo and Stockton. My palm alone could stop him. Oh, I had to earn the part I piss. In the hell, the only killer who ain't worried about a bit. Herb resemble the Burberry pattern that these rappers wear. They dumb and dull, I'm Einstein with sticks to at the arrowheads. Trailblaze through meadowlands. Step ahead like I got extra legs, I'm extra fit. Them niggas only interactive. Benjamin, your interest. Come back on tobacco, I got endo in my cigarette. Bustin' through the back though, super press, gotta get it checked. See your bitch in public, walk past like I ain't hit it yet. The 8 make them slide like the doors on the minivan. Pardon my posture, these chronic particles, part of the reason I'm so at ease with the seats. 1,000 feet, that's at least. I got that shit you can hold. The tangibility peaks, my brain functions increase. Without a crease, I don't fold. I chop it up like some folks, play like I'm going for gold, but I just go with the flow. Kill all the noise, these hoes praying for a weapon. I'm praying for a way out of this hell in which we live in. Astronomical since dinosaurs was living. Spinal cord was strengthened. Hybrid, I'm a griffin. Sinuses is tripping. Light another spliffing. Sightus on the riches. Minus on the bitches. Dying to ascending. I'm a cold nigga. Rose gold temple. No fold in me. Phone empty. If the Lord give me, keep a strong memory. Lord knows, sucker niggas waiting on my downfall. Got the whip ball twisted in the ride. My mind don't know how to stay alive. Trying to keep up cause I know the time fly. Living like I know when I'ma die. The mission is to get it while I'm here, so I can look my father in his eyes. Cash flow make him shed a tear. I'm up now alone with my pride. You can come along for the ride, but I'ma be alone at the time. Eating on they ain't strong for night. Blood longer than the list of my problems. Had ambition since a motherfucking Tyler. Trying to get an extra bottle out my mama. Now I'm a cash cow, utterly a monster. Carry my city from Berlin, it's not an option. Folk drinks to the face, now I'm popping. Big bro hit my phone and said they watching, but I'm still in the streets with the molly. 300 days over my head, so I'm cautious. Low, nigga, nobody shoddy. Laying low, cause I'm so over the nonsense. You unfamiliar, I ain't fitting your persona. I don't see what's so hard about being honest. Boy, you fake, boy, you wet, boy, you Jake, boy, you tellin', boy, you hate, boy, you jealous. Bitch, I'm on, I can feel it, can't conceal it. This shit bigger than a building, than a mountain, than a village. Bitch, I feel it, bitch, I feel it, bitch, I feel it. Got the buddy at the bottom of the bag. Got a white bitch who only told hash. Got a brother who gon' murder if I ask. Gotta get it being broken in the plans. My mama beat the cancer like a G. Now she can see her boy be the man. From jump they ain't really understand. Had to show him that your boy 100 grand. Newport short bumming from my mans. Smoke blacks but nigga I ain't in the clan. I ain't in the front for the fans of the camp. I know some so-called thugs who took the stand. I'm like, oh my lord, my niggas rest. Gotta stick to the code, gotta get it for you all. But morality's lagging in the madness. Face full fatties, now I'm up like a land on the rug. Black game hitting hard like a cannon. Mike strong, ruler the Bueller skipping classes. The masses watching the steps. Watch me hop out of myself. Jump right the fuck out of my mind. I need psychological help, cause still I ain't felt. Still I ain't whipping the rape. Still gotta smoke cigarettes. Still gotta deal with the bills and push through the stress. Not even my fault that I plot on these licks. Not even my fault that I fight for your bitch. Not even my fault on the block like a saw trying to see why my problems ain't fixed. Pile up the pip, reseal it and lip. Appeal if I'm hit, conceal if they nip. My peers is my kin, we keeping the 10. Reaching for ends, swinging again. Got the whip and walk twisted in the ride. My mind don't know how to stay alive. Trying to keep it cause I know the time fly. Living like I know when I'ma die. The mission is to get it while I'm here, so I can look my father in his eyes. Cash flow, make him shed a tear. Bought down along with my pride. Come along for the ride.
I have a problem with this relationship. We plug your TV shows, your radio shows. What are you doing for us?
You like Huey Lewis in the news? You like Huey Lewis in the news? Their early work was a little too new wave for my taste. You like Huey Lewis in the news?
He's been compared to Elvis Costello, but I think Huey has a far more bitter, cynical sense of humor.
Why are there copies of the style section all over the place? Is that a rain color?
Yes, it is! Yes, it is! In '87, Huey released this. The song's so catchy. Most people probably don't listen to the lyrics. But they should.
In the mix. In the mix.
On this episode of In the Mix, we have North Carolina's own Rapsody. She's down with Ninth Wonder's Jamla Records, already collaborated with big names such as Mac Miller, Erykah Badu, Jean Grae, Fonte, Raekwon, Big Daddy Kane, Rod Digger, Big Crit. I could keep going if I wanted to. 1 album, 1 EP, 5 mixtapes, and I'm sure she's got some things planned for us. A few episodes ago, I did say that I was going to speak her onto the show. You know, use the power of your words to already claim things before they actually happen or before they exist. And I did that, and she's here with me now on the phone. Rapsody, what's going on?
How you doing, Shoom?
Good, but it's SHOOM, no R.
Shoom. Oh,
yeah.
I spelled it wrong.
It's all good. Don't worry about it. It happens all the time. But it's our first time speaking. Thank you so much for joining me, first of all. I was trying to get a hold of you before you left the States to go to Europe for your 10-city tour, but we couldn't make the connection or whatever.
Yeah.
Let us know where you went, how it was.
We went to Germany, Austria, Sweden, United Kingdom.
That's cool.
We hit up a few. The reception over there was amazing. Great turnout. The energy, the food was great.
What's your favorite thing about the tour in general?
My favorite thing is interacting with the fans, doing a live performance and, really getting to feel that energy and talking with them after the show. Like, that's my favorite part because, people, for the most part, will tell you your life story and how you inspire them. And that's what I love about music, inspiring people. So that's the most fulfilling part of it all.
That's pretty awesome. So now that the tour's over, are you working on anything new? I know your debut album you put out in 2012. Your last mixtape you dropped in 2013, She's Got Game. What's been happening in the studio lately?
Yeah, I'm always recording. This fall I'll be dropping an EP that we're currently working on now.
Okay.
And, it's got a great start, but we're really early. And next year I'm going to be dropping my sophomore album.
Nice.
Which, later on, closer to the date, we'll drop titles and things of that nature. But that's what I'm working on now. So some singles should be coming out within the next month.
Very nice. Can you tell us anything? Like, I know you and Ninth are probably up there plotting. Any details, features, producers, anything like that?
We have a few very, very special features we're working on, but I can't give that away just yet.
Nothing?
Not just way too early. But I'm really excited about it. These are people that I looked up to and, you know, that I've been inspired by. And, you know, I grew up listening to some of them, so I'm excited about that. The sound, we're experimenting a little bit. Like, I'm not going too far from what I do. You know, I like soulful boom bap beats, but we're not going too far from that. But we're definitely experimenting a little bit. So I'm excited.
Now let's talk a little bit about your name. I went ahead and I looked up the literal definition of what Rhapsody is with the H, and the definition read an epic poem of a suitable length for citation at one time.
Right.
Now, is that where your name kind of derived from?
Yeah, that's exactly where I got it from. Like, it's funny, like, I'll be on Twitter sometimes, I'll search my name, and they'll be like, how would you name yourself after a music service? I'm like, wow, that's definitely not.
Wow, people are
it's not even spelled the same. But, but before, like, I really got into being a rapper and going all the way through it, I used to really be into poetry and spoken word. I used to watch Def Poetry Jam a lot. And one night I was just up reading the dictionary, and I got the Rhapsody, and, you know, in so many words, poetry spoken with great emotion or performed, and that's what I took hip-hop was. You know, that's what music is to me. So I just dropped the H and kind of ran with that.
That's cool. I wonder if that's where the term rap comes from as well, because essentially rap is poetry, right? So that'll be pretty interesting to look up and see what we find.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, but I hear you don't like to consider yourself a female MC or a female rapper.
No, don't.
Why is that?
Why is that? Because it puts you in a box. You know, when I first got into it, became an MC. Like, you know, I didn't think that much of it. You know, I thought it was okay. I'm in this business where women are really underrepresented, and being a female rapper really means something. Like, I represent a whole gender of women. Like, I'm a representation of that in an underrepresented business. But as I got in the game, I saw how much
big.
You know, it separated us. So put us in a box. You know, you're never really. You're just like your other. Your bar is set low. You're not expected to make songs as well as men. You're not expected to rap as well as men. So when they have your end list, you're not included. They wait and put you on. These are the best female rappers.
Isn't that crazy?
Exactly. It's not like basketball where men and women are just physically built different, where men jump higher and they can dunk and do these things. Not that women can't, but we're just physically built different. Like with music, you know, it's all even playing field. And I feel like I can rap as good as anybody, you know, whatever gender you are. I just stay away from the female MC, female rapper thing. Because you never hear anybody say, oh, I'm going to see a female doctor or so.
That's so true. You know what I like about you, though? You rap. Like, there's no distractions. I mean, you're a beautiful woman, but, you know, the focus is not on your body. You're selling your talent. You're not selling your assets. And I appreciate that about you.
Yeah, my whole thing is, you know, I don't knock anybody that does it. You know, I think everybody has their own style. And if you're proud of your body and you want to show that, that's fine. But the most important thing is that we have balance. Because these kids need to know, like, this is just not all what we're expected to look like, you know. Beauty and, you know, womanhood comes in many shapes, colors, and sizes, and many different styles. So that was always my inspiration, just behind having a love for music and wanting to do it. Like, we got to have that balance. Somebody has to step up to the plate and do that. And when you think about how we're losing, like, our Ruby D's and our Maya Angelos, like, who's going to carry on and show these girls, you know, what I grew up and I watched Felicia Rashad and Maya Angelou and Nikki Giovanni, and that's what influenced me. So somebody has to carry that on.
Well, thank you for being a woman enough to step up to the plate to take that role on. But tell me, like, who are some women and even some men who've inspired and contributed to your style in general, not even as, like, a rapper?
Oh, well, a lot of them were some I just named. You know, big Nikki Giovanni fan. Used to read all her books all the time, and you know, the Cosby shows. I watched Felicia Rashad, and
gotta love Claire.
Everybody who didn't love Claire, she was smart. You know, she was creative. She could sing. She could speak 2 languages. She was a great mother. She was funny. Ruby Dee. Lauryn Hill, of course. MC Lyte was the reason that, you know, I wanted to rhyme. She was the first woman I saw in the Port Georgia video. I'm a big Jay-Z fan, and Nas and Biggie, Tribe Called Quest. Like, you know,
All right, so you got a nice little lineup there. Your mentor, Ninth Wonder, he describes you, and I can probably quote him on this, as probably one of the most gifted MCs he's ever come across. Like, how does that make you feel?
Man, every time he tells me something like that, like, you know, I don't really have words, you know. Being that, you know, we're good friends, it doesn't take away from the fact that he's still Ninth Wonder and he's still a genius and a legend that I admire. So for someone, you know, to tell you that, like,
yeah,
you know, it's really humbling and it's inspiring. Like, it makes you want to go even harder because you don't want to let them down or yourself down. But, you know, it's speechless. It's a really speechless moment.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's an amazing feeling, especially for Ninth Wonder to be someone who's so revered and respected in our culture and in our genre. What are some things that you admire about him personally?
I think his character, most of all, the passion he has for the culture, you know, is something that he really wants to uphold and, you know, he respects and he wants to see it go on in the right way. So that's what I respect the most, just how much love and respect he has for the culture. And, you know, just his patience with us and teaching us, you know, about the business and about how to respect yourself. And, you know, what he's doing at Harvard and Duke and North Carolina Central as far as, you know, making hip-hop, you know, a curriculum. And, you know, he's building a hip-hop institution at Central. Like that is what I admire.
Shout out to Mr. Ninth Wonder. Maybe one day we can have him in on In the Mix. Tell him that I said what's up, that all our listeners said what's up, and tell him to keep making all the fire beats. Word on the street is Jamla is the team. Jamla is the squad. What type of ship is Ninth Wonder running over there?
You know, that's the team. That's me, GQ, Atu, Big Remo, Hollow, and the Soul Council, and Heather Victoria. You know, just a bunch of artists, rappers, producers, and a singer. And
what's your mission? What's your goal as a team?
Our whole goal is just to uphold black music, you know, that soul in it, and just to put out great projects. So, you know, we get in here, we have fun. Like, it's really a open, comfortable, free environment just to create. You know, you'll have Ninth in one room and two other producers in another room, and there's beats everywhere, and this person's in this corner writing, and this person.
So you guys
like,
be going in.
That's what it is over here. Like, you know, and most importantly, we are family. So just get in here and have fun and try to make the best music that we can make.
So you're in the industry. You're amongst all these people, rich, powerful, famous, whatever, and I'm sure you're aware of the Illuminati and Freemason rumors in hip-hop. I know you see the videos on YouTube all the time. I'm sure you've been accused of being in the Illuminati, and I remember you saying in one of your raps that your grandfather was a Mason. What did you learn from him?
I knew him and I went to visit him, but we weren't like crazy close because he and my grandmother separated. I didn't get to see him as much as I wanted to, but, you know, I think what I learned most about him was he was a very hard worker and he cared about, you know, his children and family. So those are the things that I got from him. But my father had probably told me, but it just probably slipped my mind when I was younger, but I didn't know it until he died, and I went to the funeral, and, you know.
What happened at the funeral?
They have a special, I don't know what you call it, but thing at burial. I don't really think too much about it. Like, I honestly think people are going way overboard.
Yes, they do. Like,
even to the fact where I had a video for Dark Knight, and I'm in the Universal Zulu Nation, so we have a hand symbol that I put up in the video for the Zulu Nation, which is a community-based organization. And somebody in the comments like, "Oh, she's throwing up the devil's horns, and the Illuminati." I'm just like,
people just go in all the time for no reason.
Wow, you're doing way too much right now.
But going back a little bit, you mentioned the Universal Zulu Nation. What is that organization, and what does it represent?
The Universal Zulu Nation is a hip hop organization started by African Bambaataa in the 70s, and it was created because, you know, they had gangs in New York and they were killing each other, and, you know, he wanted to, you know, kind of save people and turn their lives around. And so he created Universal Zulu Nation, where, you know, they had parties to promote fun, and, you know, if you had a problem with somebody, you took it out over the mic on the turntables, or you battled, you know, via breakdance, and that's how you got that negative energy out.
Instead of fighting, no violence.
Right. And it's all about, you know, peace, love, having fun, and unity. So, you know, that's what we're still carrying on today. You know, we do community projects, whether it's a code drive, a tour drive, or, you know, we'll just have events for the community just to get together and have fun. Like,
sounds like we need more members of the Zulu Nation out there. So if any of the listeners are interested in finding out more about the organization, where can they go?
There's an application you have to fill out online, and you can't just apply with any chapter. You know, you have to apply with the chapter in your region or in your state.
Okay.
So, you know, there's a website.
Okay, I might have to check that out myself, find some
history.
history.
Outdated, so it might scare you.
Uh-oh, what should I expect?
It's very old.
We got to hire them a web designer. Come on, Rhapsody, you got a budget.
Maybe she is, you know. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's definitely all about having fun and about peace.
Always, of course.
So, and bringing people together.
So, like, when you're not in the studio recording, what are you doing? Like, how do you spend your time?
You know, I'm real easy. Like, I love sports. Like, I grew up a tomboy, so I like to get with the guys and play basketball, or, you know, we'll go swing. Like, I really love movies. So, you know, I go to the movies a lot.
Like, what's on your iPod?
Wow. Like, honestly, like, right now, I'm just listening to a lot of beats, only because I'm in project mode. When I'm in project mode, like, it's nothing but beats. I don't listen to much else.
Yeah, but aside from that, like, who do you listen to leisurely? Like, when you're not trying to study a beat?
Wow. I listen to, like, honestly, I listen to, like, a lot of older classics, you know, like Black Star and a lot of Day and the Fugees. Like, I'll ride to that.
Fugees.
Like, newer stuff that I'm listening to is Day Electronica. I listen to TDE, like Their Family, Terrence Martin and Problem.
Okay.
You know.
Well, what about newer artists like the YGs, the Young Thugs, the Lil Bibbies?
Like newer
I don't know.
Artists?
Yeah.
There isn't really anybody out right now that I've gotten on. So
yeah, me neither. The newer artists, they don't really seem to resonate with me so much, but you win some, you lose some. But before I let you get out of here, as a woman who's making moves and who's trying to make a difference and a change, do you have any advice for us?
I think, one, you have to look at yourself not by your gender, you know, your color or your religion.
Yeah.
Look at yourself as, you know, whatever profession you're going for. If you're a doctor, then you're just a doctor. And, you know, you have to put blinders on and not really worry about what everybody else is doing around you, but be comfortable, you know, in your own light and doing what feels right, especially if we're talking about music. Like, you know, you can't do anybody better than they can do themselves. So you just have to do you and have fun and be confident. I think one of my favorite things that Nyson's always told me is, if you want to make anything your life, you have to make it your life, and that means you have to wake up doing it and you go to sleep doing it.
Well, sounds like some good advice to me. How can the internets keep in contact with you, find out about the new EP that's dropping soon? Twitter, Facebook,
my
all
website
that?
has everything. www.iamrapsody.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Rapsody Music. The same with Instagram at Rapsody Music, and Facebook.com/Rapsody Music.
Very, very nice. Tell Ninth Wonder and everyone over at Jamla Records that we at In The Mix said hello. Before we get into your song Roses, I need you to spit some bars for me. Pretty please.
Yeah, I guess, you know, the things make a difference. If they'll listen and pay attention, it's intervention. Fuck these niggas. If I had a penis, they penis would be hard as a brick is, saying I'm queen on some rap shit. But my gender got them tender. I recognize y'all lies and understand it ain't even. Ain't no 5 + 5. Ain't no more cries like Mary Blige and them. Pressure part of the process, like all the diamonds been. So what I'm finding is, the more they keep rhyming, they break promises. I'm never like a female rapper that ain't honest, is it now. If they never saw my profile, they probably picture me with an image that do resemble, distant like cymbals, make much noise, and rejoice with crystal. We counting it for us, yeah, but not really though. We're still killing them easy like any Money Smoke. Thank you.
Dear summer, they played me. No point in being surprised. My vision's still wavy. Thought not, they must have forgot. I don't bend or break easily. I'm coming to Europe immediately. Jet like Holly if you see me. A wise man said what matters is under the teepee. Pin my skin back and find a warrior consuming a tea leaf. Cleanse the mind and the rhyme resurrect like E.T. Farewell to welfare like I stole the EBT. Y'all water bottle fake like that ain't from Fiji. I just go up some degrees. You might need some degrees. Sweating me like yeah, I'm back on my repeat. Gonna be a hot summer, hope they survive it like Mr. P. A drought coming by, they looking dried and potpourri. The devil's still poking me from the same place as Jodeci, J. Cole and Lil Brother. In 7th grade I had a couple friends that was little mothers. No chance to the little other, just hung with my little brother. Stealing our daddy liquor, this summer's a different picture. I'm back on my sticker. Dagger through all your zippers, emasculate them so they scared to rap with me later, nigga. Bet every dime and nickel, now that's change. Like my location from here to Spain. A martyr from Dragonfly, Shanae to Mama Pain. We hate to see Mama Pain. First time I saw Daddy cry, great grandfather passed away, but today's a beautiful day. Hey, smell the bouquet, though it smell like ooh, ooh, ooh. Andre, spaz like that nigga in Comcast. Come on, babe, the hottest thing you hear today. Draft day ain't nothing without rap, nigga. These Parker plays, though the committee failed to acknowledge me on that freshman page. Still got cards to play. The Mercer boy, that Nene. Funny nigga, Day Day. I had the last laugh like the ones that got OJ. It's jamla every day, nigga.
This is Reginald Thomas in the mix with Barbershop Talk.
In the mix with Shoom, now on iTunes. Chill. This episode we have the one and only Rapsody, female rapper coming straight out of North Carolina. Good for her, she signed the Ninth Wonders label, Jamla Records. And I must say, when I first saw Rapsody, I had to say like, wow, look, single mothers are rapping now. Like, I don't know if she has kids, but she definitely looks like she's been to a couple parent-teacher conferences in her day. But enough about Rapsody. Black girls are not going to stand for too many more planes full of Malaysian hair just disappearing. Like, if you want those Malaysian airline flights to be safe from now on, make sure black girls are the pilots for those plane rides. It'll be like, this is your pilot speaking, Juanita Jenkins. Please fasten your seatbelts because we will be cruising at an altitude of 30,000 feet, bitch. And if you feeling a little turbulence, just twerk with it, bitch. JFK, this is Juanita Jenkins. Looking for clearance to land. Turn up. You are clear for landing, bitch. People, if you know Reginald Thomas, you know I's a drinking, I's a smoker. But you know what? I think I might have to cut it down to one. Drinking, I just had a really bad episode with drinking the other day, guys. I was going shot for shot with my cousin's new girlfriend just to see how tough she could be. I'll give her credit. We got up to 6 shots, and then my cousin saw what I was doing, so he decided to be Captain Save-A-Ho and started taking shots with me instead. We get up to 13, and I black out. Next thing I know, I'm in the back of a cab, sitting next to them two, and I feel like I'm about to throw up. So I start rolling down my window to try to throw up out the window. I'm so drunk, I don't realize where I'm really aiming, and I threw up all over the driver. The reason why I feel bad is not because I threw up all over the driver. I feel bad because I didn't get any throw up on me. Like, I was completely clean. I felt like a real piece of shit for doing that to that little Mexican man. And he was mad as hell. He was like, hell no, papi. Absolutely not, papi. We are going to the car wash today. We are going to the car wash right now. And I was too drunk, so my cousin was speaking for me, but he was drunk. He was like, fuck that. Take me to a corner store. I'll wipe this shit up with some napkins my damn self. All the while, I was face down sleeping in someone's lawn. Moral of the story? Don't drink and party with Reginald Thomas.
This has been Barbershop Talk with Reginald Thomas. Now back to Shoom in the mix.
Rapsody, Barbershop Talk, in the mix with Shoom, number 13 in the can, at Reginald Thomas with Barbershop Talk on Twitter, on Instagram. Rapsody, that was her track Roses. That's what you call an MC. I don't know what these other rappers be doing. Thank you for sharing your vision with us. I can't wait to hear the new stuff you're working on. I totally forgot to ask you about your Jay-Z obsession. Hopefully next time you're in New York, you can stop by the studio and we can, really get to talk about things. At Rapsody Music, no H, RAPSODY MUSIC. I am rapsody.com. Subscribe to In the Mix on iTunes. New episodes straight to your iPhones, your iPad, whatever you use. Check the description for the link, amongst other things. Feedback, questions, comments, In the Mix at loudspeakersnetwork.com. Don't forget to include bios in your music subscriptions. And now it's time to dig.
Dig, 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 in my mind the whole day through. To dig, 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 dig is what we like to do.
Today's original sample comes from the infamous 2003 album Diplomatic Immunity. I vividly remember listening to this album like every day on my way to school in my portable CD Walkman. That album was really a staple in my adolescent years. Wow, such great memories. On the show in the past, I've been playing a lot of soul and classic R&B based samples, so I decided it's time to switch it up. We're gonna go the reggae route today. We're focusing on the lead single, the Dipset Anthem, produced by the Heatmakers, a hip-hop duo originally from Kingston, Jamaica, but, you know, they migrated to New York City like all Jamaicans do. No shade, though. All Caribbean people, I'm pretty sure that's like their final destination. That or like Miami or something. But the Heatmakers, they've done a lot of production for Dipset, and they have a really standout sound. The Dipset Anthem contains samples from Death Around the Corner by Tupac, Niggas Bleed by the Notorious B.I.G., and the main sample, One in a Million, by a very noted reggae artist. His name is Sanchez. He's most known for his lovers rock tunes. Anyone into reggae or from the Caribbean or with parents from the Caribbean, they already know what time it is when One in a Million comes on. They already know what time it is when Sanchez comes on, period. So go look him up. He's definitely got some classics, One in a Million being one of them. I hope you guys enjoyed, but I gotta run @_SHOOM on Twitter, on Instagram. If you'd like to suggest a sample, just shoot me an email, inthemix@loudspeakersnetwork.com. Like, share, tell your friends, tell your family, leave comments. This original sample is dedicated to you guys. Shoom Isaacs signing out. I'm leaving you with Sanchez, One in a Million.
Shining through. The rain is stopped and the skies are blue, yeah. And oh, what a revelation to see. Someone was saying, I love you to me. I want in a million. Chance of a lifetime, girl, in life, show compassion and send to me a stroke of luck called you. I want in a million, girl. Oh yes, I was a lonely man with empty arms to fill. Then I find a peace and happiness to call my own. And life is worth living again. For to love you to me is to live, yeah. I want in a million. Chance of a lifetime, girl, in life, show compassion and send to me a stroke of luck called you. I want in a million, girl. One in a million, you, girl. Oh yes, yeah. I was a lonely man with empty arms to fill. Then I find a peace and happiness to call my own. And the life is worth living again. For to love you to me is to live. Oh, one in a million. Chance of a lifetime. In life, show compassion
Please access another experience. Please access another experience.
Please access another experience.